thank you, Kiana, for having me today on this beautiful, sunny, and windy day. As you can see, we're outdoors today, and we have a little bit of traffic today, but not so bad. I am really happy to be Fourth Way Forward's new Climate and Health Coordinator. I will be seeing strategic investment and capacity building initiatives to address climate and health-focused programs along the Fourth Way Corridor. I believe it's going to be just the last missing piece that we need in our communities. Here at Fourth Way Forward, we already work to address other inequities when it comes to economic development, bringing in culture-specific programs, other health initiatives, but bringing in this environmental or climate adaptation piece into the mix it really completes this whole sustainable change. So what we see here, the corridor, is a lot of disproportionate effects from climate change. So again, bringing in how can we rapidly meet our community needs and at the same time start planting seeds for, again, that future adaptation and moving forward in a sustainable way. Well, right off the bat, when we have extreme weather, we see that we are just holding on by a thread, especially our businesses holding on by a thread. It's a big challenge when businesses are forced to close down on an extreme weather like heat waves or winter freeze. The first thing that we want to address right away is people's safety. Can we, at the core of it, or just bare minimum, can we just have safety? Can we have safe, access to your work, or just stay home? Can we do that? So that's the main thing we want to address and start talking about, what that looks like for our residents. We know that because of historical legacies like redlining, we are shaped the way we are here in our community, and we are at higher risk for certain things like asthma because of our air quality, our water quality, the amount of tree cover. It all kind of affects our environment here. So when we talk about adaptation and resiliency, we must start at where we find the most vulnerable communities. And so bringing that right away to the table and making sure that at every step our community is there to make that decision. I think the immediate work that our community could expect to see is our educational programs, right off the bat. There are the things that we can probably attain right away. However, they are the most important part of this work because that's really what's going to lead us and project us into the direction we want to go. I think you've mentioned it's pretty easy to look at all this work through a science lens of scientists can tell us what this all means and give us all these kind of outcomes, but really at the core of our community, from what our community knows and values, what does it really mean to our community? Our community is really, really gifted, and they all have something great they can bring and mold their sustainable lifestyle. And so, yeah, that part right away is probably the most exciting part for me. Yeah, so right off the bat, we will create a climate adaptation task force, and we will bring in different experts from different fields who would let us know about or educate us about our health risk. Like I said, we have an idea what those are, but really bring in that data as well to really understand and know how to move forward. We want to also bring in our partners. Our partners have great ideas and some programs that we can incorporate into these educational programs. So it's all going to be molded and crafted together. our community is to really be involved in our workshops and to come into our spaces and our conversations. Let us know what they value. That to us is very key and valuable information for us to know again how we can mold our program. So we highly value our community's time. So know that when you come into our space, like really we intentionally mean to have you here. Hopefully a year from now, I really hope to see a really good strategic plan when there is extreme weathers. Our partners don't feel like they are left behind. Our community feels like they're not left behind. I hope that people are more feeling less stressed when we have these events. So right off the bat, that's the first thing a year from now. Hoping that everyone is included in these strategic planning, again, we know where to go for resources, and we feel safe. That's for sure one thing long term. Or I guess I feel like for a year for me is kind of more tangible when we're thinking about adaptation, but yeah.